right to Terry Moran. What about Terry?
David, it's over. The long constitutional debate on whether gay couples have a constitutional right to marry is over, and the answer is yes. Yes. This state in the United States, as of now, gay couples have a constitutional right to marry. A 5-4 decision from the United States Supreme Court, written by Justice Anthony Kennedy, finding that the 14th Amendment requires every state to open their marriage laws to gay couples.
Today, June 26, 2015. Didn't intend on doing a video, an upload today, but my heart is grieving and I have to just release what's inside of me. Today, of course, they passed an unprecedented law saying that homosexuals, they call it gender equality, have a right to redefine what God has institutionalized as one of the first covenants, which is called marriage, that they have a right to legally do something that God has explained in His Word was an abomination. But that's okay. They don't have to believe in the God I believe in. The question that really grips my heart is that they are strong in their belief and they are firm and they say, God made me this way. A lot of them say, God made me this way. I can't change even if I wanted to. But yet they're requiring of us to change. We can't have the same resolve that I am a straight male. God made me this way. What I believe and what I feel, I'm going to stand for, because now you're opposing them. And in this culture and this nation and in this day and age, then as long as you go along with what the general media, not even the population in majority of the states does not want this, but yet our so-called Supreme Courts did a huge injustice by making this happen anyway. But while this law was being passed, the president was eulogizing a black pastor politician in a church environment singing Amazing Grace. And to me, that summed up the whole thing, because the underlying subliminal message is to be tolerant and to compromise. A visual sign that he, the president, representing Big Brother, is with us. That's the picture they had of him on the news today. But for the record, our president, Barack Hussein Obama, our Muslim president, and our Big Brother is not here with us. If they were with us, if Big Brother, if the government was for us and with us, they'd be trying to keep the godly values that we have always tried to adhere to in the United States. Now, this racist thing is just another diversion until all transgressions are being legalized by law in our country. Next, we'll have the open carry issue. We'll be walking around with guns like in the Wild Wild West. Then we'll have nationwide recreational weed use, legalized weed. So we're going to be high, we're going to be carrying weapons, and we're going to have this conflict between same sex and those who say that's not right. So we're high, we have weapons, and we're angry. What's going on with this nation? See, you have to understand and see the big picture. This is the diversion. And no matter how tragic, and it is tragic, it is when a church of any race, doesn't make a difference that it was a black church or a white church or Hispanic church or Asian church, that a church of any race or denomination is attacked and people are murdered, innocent people are murdered. That's not the point. That's not the big picture. That's the deception. It's ironic that it happened at this time, and on the same day that the Supreme Court make this ruling, our president is shown in a church singing a Christian anthem. Now that's media propaganda for you in its greatest form. But now we have to understand that these are the last days. We have to fear not, and we have to be strong, because Jesus warned us about these trying times and these last days of tribulation. The persecution of the true church of this generation is just beginning. People are being beheaded across the globe right now because of their faith in Jesus Christ. And now this law of gender equality is the beginning of the suffering of those who stand for righteousness in America and in the earth. The word says that Lot's spirit was vexed in Sodom daily by the things that he witnessed in his environment. So saints, Christians, lovers of the word and the law of God, get ready for the same thing that Lot experienced in Sodom. But be of good cheer. Don't overcome evil with evil, but overcome evil with good. I read the whole book, and we win in the end. And in the big picture, the end is just the beginning. So we're back to the genesis of everlasting life anyway.
Defensive Marriage Act. And here's why. He's always been sensitive to the loss of dignity and the stigmatizing that he says denying gay couples the right to marry imposes. He says here, excluding same-sex couples from marriage conflicts with the central promise of the right to marry. Without that recognition, he says, stability and predictability of marriage, their children suffer the stigma of knowing their families are somehow lesser. Again and again, we've heard about the children from Justice Kennedy. The children.
Now, what I've been hearing, and I know some people not going to like me, probably people on the job, not going to like my personal opinions, my words that I have to say. Some people may unsubscribe to the channel. People at my church may even rebuke me for speaking out and giving my opinion, which is based on my love for Jesus about this topic. But Justice Clarence Thomas wrote that he thinks that this is an injustice, but because Thomas wrote that there is no dignity, and they said that everything is done, these concepts and these issues were approached with the concept of liberty and dignity. But Clarence Thomas says there is no dignity clause in the U.S. Constitution, and that even if there was, the government could not bestow a dignity upon a person or take it away. He went on to write that one's liberty and dignity should be shielded from the government, not provided by the government. So what I've been hearing all along on this journey a couple of years ago when God told me to watch out for this is that those who oppose, I keep hearing in the media, those who oppose gender equality is going to wake up and find themselves on the wrong side of history. And I'm like, what? Jesus said, don't even worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will worry about itself. It'll take care of itself. So history will define itself. But right and wrong, what's wrong is already defined by God. So if you stand on the word of God and if you're for the kingdom of righteousness, then there is no way you could wake up on the wrong side of history. Now, so the point is that all that oppose God's law and everybody that opposes God or try to rewrite what he's established in the earth, they shouldn't really be concerned about history either. But they need to be very careful that they're not on the wrong side of eternity. There's an upload that I uploaded called The Lawless Generation that was instantly blocked on my channel when I first set this channel up. That's the reason why I set it up, because I want to show some of the things that God was revealing to me through the media. And in this time, and in this end time, this real time day and age, but it was immediately blocked by several people that I had used clips to show how demonic the media is. And the reason why it was blocked, the Grammys is the main corporate that blocked it. Before one person viewed it, it was locked, shut down worldwide. I got a block on my brand new account, a strike against it, and they said if you upload any other mess like this, and it's about the gay agenda. If you upload any opposition to what we're trying to do, we will totally delete this channel, and there'll be no way you can open up another one. So I've kind of been restricted by the fear of Google and YouTube. But so I'm going to share a little bit of reason why it was blocked. The Grammys blocked it because I was talking about January 26, 2014, Sunday. Primetime television. On the Grammys, they attempted to marry 33 couples on live TV. The number 33 is a spiritual number of mine. Always has been, and I don't watch the Grammys or any of that stuff. I'm not interested at all, even though I've been in the entertainment industry most of my life. I'm not interested in it simply because it's not really entertaining to me. But I was passing by TV and saw Entertainment Tonight on, and they said 33 couples of all genders and races and blah, blah, blah was married. So I'm like, okay, 33. That number caught my attention because I know that King David reigned over Judah for 33 years. I know that Jesus was condemned and crucified at the age of 33. So when I saw this number 33, I Googled all the states that currently approved of the same-sex unions, and it was 17 states. So I added 17 plus 33, and it came up to 50. There are 50 states in the United States. So these 33 couples, I instantly recognized through discerning of the Spirit that there was a curse opposing every state that did not agree with same-sex abominations. And Texas, the state I live in, happened to be one of those states. So I knew that they were cursing over live TV, doing a ritual to curse every state that did not approve of the abomination that they are trying to cast over Sodom of our generation. So once I figured that out, I wasn't surprised that exactly 17 states that approved of it on January 26, 2014. Exactly 17 months later, a month for every state, all 33 states by law who opposed it have to join in and become one in matrimony, united with one thought to recognize same-sex, or what they call it, equality, a gender equality. So the numbers, you can always follow the numbers. 17 months later, 17 became the 33 that they wed to curse in all 50 states now by law of our not-so-Supreme Court has declared that these abominations are right in our sight, even though the Word of God plainly says it's not. So my question is, and I'm not griping and it's not a message of hate, I'm just sharing my heart. Just like y'all say that y'all were created by God like this and y'all can't change. That's what the message was at the Grammys. I can't change even if I could, even if I wanted to. You can. Well, what makes you think, or why are you asking me to change? God made me a man, a male, that's attracted to females and believes that that's the true ordained way of marriage. So why would you say you can't change because God made you this way, but yet I can't stand on that same principle to say God made me this way, I can't change? That's odd to me. They don't want to coexist, y'all. They want to dominate just in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, so here's where my question is. Here's where I'm going. Where are the spiritual church leaders? I guess they're watching Obama on TV sing Amazing Grace. Or they're probably somewhere in a room silenced, curled up in a spiritual fetal position, cowardly, fearing that if they stand up for God and speak out against the social structure, they're going to lose their tax-free status. Jesus said, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's and give unto God what is God. Y'all, we leaving God out in the picture. Caesar's getting his. We're leaving God out in the picture, and for this we have to repent. I leave you with the words from a woman that's very dear to me that has been warning us about this years ago, warned us about this exact day from January 26, exactly 17 months later, from 2014 to June 26, the exact same day of 2015. She's been warning us about this. This is an excerpt. This is from a sermon she preached about 5 years ago. and I can still hear her words from the grave.
Because see, some of these churches, according to the scriptures, that it's going to be a one world church. Because right now they're trying to get you to agree that homosexuality is okay. They're trying to get you to agree that abortion's okay. They're trying to get you to believe. See, and if you're in the kingdom, you know the king has the last word. We want to vote on this stuff. It's not up for votes in the kingdom. You don't understand. In the kingdom, he said homosexuality is abomination. I don't have to debate that. I don't have to vote on that. The king has spoken. And in the Bible, when the king speaks, everybody else shuts up. The kingdom is not a democracy. See, we're so used to voting, we think we can vote it in and vote it out and vote it in. He said, what is this? I'm king. Anybody know anything about a kingdom? Once the king speaks, it's over. And so he says, what's wrong with these people? They think they got a vote in this? I said it's abomination. Now, what you say? Because what you say is going to line you up with what you get. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth with his mouth, your words are seeds. Whatever you sow, that's what you're going to reap. So if you say God's word is a good word, but not the final word in truth, then you're going to be caught up in that. And before you know it, you will be deceived.
First of all, you can't keep up with the regulation. The healthcare regulation, we quoted something on the air literally today on page 35,560.
Yeah.
How do you keep up with that? Everybody's breaking the law someplace.
Right.
You know, the regulations are incredible now. The government is being used as a weapon to destroy people right now.
Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble.
Tell me what we should be concerned about.
You give the government information, it will be abused. It is not a matter of if it'll be abused. Keep in mind, it's only a matter of when. Remember, when the key's held by someone else, liberty means absolutely nothing.